All right, so we're writing our stories, and one of the things that's kind of be hard about story writing is we sometimes get into what I call a summary of a story, right? Where we sort of explain things without really going in and showing the reader what we mean. And so summarizing stories makes your story feel very what I call 2D, right? It's flat. It's not that interesting. And we want to make stories 3D. So how do we do that? And what are we talking about? All right. So here's a sentence. On Friday afternoon, Mr. Cooper's snake escaped from the tank in the science lab. Now, there's nothing wrong with that sentence. In fact, it has a nice grammar. I'm curious about Mr. Cooper's snake, etc. And so this often can be the start of a story, but really, this is a summary of what happened. This is not a showing or a telling. So let's rewrite that. Now, I've already done that. But here we go. The breeze rattled the shades as it blew into our classroom windows. Period. Already, what have I done? I have added setting, right? I'm obviously it's probably hot or a nice spring day. We get a lot of ideas and images in our heads. There was soft music playing in the background. Again, setting. What do our people hear? The classroom was still, right? Movement. So I have gone from visual, feeling, or hearing to now movement, except for the occasional turning of a page, right? Everyone was engrossed in reading, right? Now I have brought in other characters as well. Again, I'm creating the setting of what I'm seeing, hearing, feeling, the movement. Suddenly, the door to the classroom swung open with a slam. Mr. Cooper stood in the doorway, his glasses slightly crooked, his forehead beaded, no, oops, with sweat. The snake escaped. Now, notice what often happens, and this is where seventh graders is they obviously see creative writing as an assignment. You want to get it done, but we've taken this one sentence and we've really made it into over 4 lines of text. But we didn't just do it by adding details. What are these details? We added setting, we added action, we added movement, right? We talked about what we heard. Right, and so we've gone from the snake escape to the actual snake escaping. So this is obviously the bottom one is a much more fun story to read. So let's just take another example. As the two girls talk, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do. The other thing that you can look at this is to say we need evidence. How do I know this person feels uncomfortable? How do I know they don't know what to do? And this is that whole show versus tell. Where is the evidence? So let's add a little bit. The room felt really hot all of a sudden. Again, I'm talking about feelings. Your protagonist feels. They have internal feelings of the heart. They're sad, they're happy, they're scared, and they have feelings that are physical. They feel hot, uncomfortable, itchy, right? I was beginning to wish I had worn a lighter shirt, right? Again, we're thinking now we're inside this person's head. This one was making me sweat, right? So instead of saying I felt uncomfortable, right, I get the heat, I get a desire, a wish. This one was making me sweat, right? Then I'm talking about the relationships. These are two girls talking. This person's feeling uncomfortable. But again, this is 2D. We're getting a little bit, right? That setting, the heat, the internal thoughts and feelings. Now let's go again. As the two girls talked, I felt uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do. The room felt really hot all of a sudden. I was beginning to wish I had worn a lighter shirt. This one was making me sweat. I looked down at my phone, checking for text messages that weren't there. Then I noticed how dirty it was and made myself concentrate on slowly cleaning the screen with the bottom of my shirt. Now, what I have done here is added actions, right? Your character scratches their face, they touch their hat, right? These are all things that can build up. But again, this character is doing stuff. I can feel that they're uncomfortable. They're texting text messages in order to kind of get out of that discomfort, right? We're moving from 2D to 3D, a little bit more 3D to very 3D, right? So I want you guys to actually practice dismiss on this sort of example here. Oops. Take this very 2D sort of opening and see how you make it 3D.